Okay, so this is part 2 of setting up Google Classroom, and here I'll be talking about grades. When you're setting up grades for your students on Google Classroom, for K to through, it's best to keep it simple. And so for K to through, I usually will put total points, make sure this is in the gear icon on Google Classroom, and you can choose to show your overall grade to the students. And this kind of gives them a buy-in to see the work, the feedback from all the work they're doing, and you can provide grade categories. So if you have to first think about what are you going to assign your students. Are you going to have weekly assignments? Are you going to give them participation credit or any quizzes or forms? And you can put that here and assign points for each of them. I just keep it at 100, the default points that shows up. And for K through, again, I would keep it very basic to something that looks like this. Now, lastly, this is one of my favorite ones. I think that for K through students who might not who might not be able to read, or who might not be able to access language, or are English language learners, whatever it is, it's best to include emojis in your topics. Now, these topics are created so your students have a module-like experience. When the students know where to go and how to access their information, it's going to be easier for them week after week because it's in the same place. And the way I set it up is in my Google Classroom, here is an example, is at the very top, I have a topic that's titled Important Information and Links. Now, this could be where my office hour link is, or it could be important information about my email or how to contact me. And it could be anything like that. And then after that, it goes into week 1 and then week 2. So and it has dates. So week 1 dates blank to blank. But before I do that, I include an emoji, and it's a random emoji I find. That way, when I'm referencing this topic or the week to my students during the live sessions, I can say, okay, boys and girls, you're going to be going to the flower week 1. So make sure you see the flower and click the first assignment you see. So that's one way you can have your students kind of remember, oh, the flower is something they can imagine in their brain and remember when they go to Google Classroom. Because if you say, read week 1, some of your students are not going to be able to do that. And here I just chose a random octopus. And the way you can do that is by just copy pasting emojis, or you can have a Chrome extension, Joy Pixels. And once you download that, you can click this link and it'll allow you to download it. Make sure it's under your school account, so when you're doing stuff for your school, it'll show up. So mine is right here. I click it, and anytime I want an emoji, I can just click it, and automatically it copies for me. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so I do want to go over giving instructions, but that will be in part 3.